In terms of the student teachers, do they get a lot of practice time? Is it more time spent in the classroom versus in the university, or is it kind of a mix of both?
Okay, well, I'll give you how it is in the area because I
Sure.
teach with the French immersion students.
Okay.
And in Alberta, we have the regular Alberta University of Alberta, and there's also the campus, which is exclusively everything is done in French for the French students in the immersion schools because they start right at kindergarten all the way through grade 12, and these are students that are not French going into these schools. And then there's the Francophone schools where these students starts in kindergarten and all their instructions is in French all the way with English.
And what is Francophone? I don't know what that is.
Okay, since Canada is a bilingual country,
Sure.
The students who are in the Francophone system are French, native French, with their parents being of French origin, and they have their special school district. They start in kindergarten, all the way through school is done in French, with English as a second language.
Oh, I see.
And of course, they're in an English environment,
Right.
so they're bilingual.
So they just pick that up.
For example, when I do my student teaching, everything is done in French, all the evaluations, completely everything.
Wow. Can you elaborate a little bit about how you mentor your student teachers and how important that is as far as them getting good mentoring and good practice and working with professionals so they're excellent teachers when they actually get in the classroom?
Oh yes, Keith. Well, I work in a very specific area because I work with student teachers who will be teachers in immersion schools and Francophone schools.
Okay. And how is this done? Do these teachers spend a lot of time in the classroom, or is it more in theoretical?
Well, in my specific case, because it is very specific,
Right.
we have the teacher. For example, it's a 4-year program.
Sure.
The students get their Bachelor of Education at the end of the 4th year. They have they have first at the very beginning in their first year of student teaching, an observation where they go into the classrooms and see how things are done, just to an orientation.
Okay.
When they are in their 3rd and 4th years, they have 2 phases, and these are 7-week programs. And they go, for example, they'll be and at the end of August, they go to see how a school is being organized, and they help the teacher prepare for the school year, so they learn about the preparation. They see how the students begin the school year, so they're in for 2 weeks there. And then they go back to university to have the theory. And that's for about 7 weeks. And after that, for example, it'll be starting at the end of October, they go back into these same classrooms and continue till Christmas. That's one phase.
Okay.
And then the next year they'll do the same to finish their program, another 7-week course.
So do you feel that the amount of time they're spending in the classroom is enough for them to be successful in the classroom, or would you like to see less theoretical and more time in the classroom?
It's interesting because the classrooms, the students always say, "Oh, we'd like to spend more time in the classrooms."
Right.
And I think it's good to have both because there's quite a good balance of both.
Right.
But I think this first year that a student teacher becomes a teacher, they do need that extra help where they have to have someone that would mentor them,
Sure.
just to keep them on the right. Change in education takes quite a bit of time.
Sure.
And I think with a person like Keith who is studying this right now, definitely as time goes on, there will be changes occurring, but it takes time because it's an area. It's not like medicine where the changes happen very, very quickly. Educational change will take quite a time.
Well, unfortunately, in the United States, we've been changing for 30 years and we haven't gone very far. So,
well, let's hope that it comes along.
The problem is the world's no longer moving at an incremental rate. It's more like a geometric rate.
Well, that's right.
And so those countries that are really pushing and on top of it, they're the ones that are going to get out front in the lead. So hopefully the U.S. will take note of what's going on its border, because Canada has had some exceptional results in that system.
I certainly hope it continues.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.